Watch how you talking to me. Watch how you talking to me. Watch how you talking to me. Watch how you talk. Watch how you talking to me. Watch how you talking to me. Watch how you talking to me. Watch how you talk. Have you ever seen snowfall in the six? Have you ever seen snowfall in the six? Have you ever seen a snowfall in the six? Fall in the six. Have you ever seen a snowfall in the six? Have you ever seen a snowfall in the six? Have you ever seen a snowfall in the six? Fall in the six. Have you ever seen a snowfall in the six? Have you ever seen a snowfall in the six? Have you ever seen a snowfall in the six? If I knew back then what I knew right now, I'd be on right now. I'm the nigga right now. I'm the nigga right now. Got your bitch right now. She said she want it right now. Getting litty right now. Wanna text me right now. Outside right now. Please do not get in my face. You know that I'm riding no whip. I just needed my space. I drink it straight with no chase. Love when you making that face. Living out a suitcase. Annie, are you okay? I fuck you good the long way. Watch how you talking to me. 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 Have you ever seen a snowfall in the six? Have you ever seen a snowfall in the six? Have you ever seen a snowfall in the six?
She's a keeper, legs like Serena, strong like Xena, turn into a screamer. She's a dancer, money from Atlanta. She's a cancer, phone ring, no answer. I'm getting litty, mixed dirty with the fenna. My life a movie, I always got a camera. I'm at Cabana, she sucking my banana. Ooh, na-na. If we never met, I'm there right now. Put a bullet in my hair right now. Yeah, I'm living off of moonlight, moonlight. Talking but you don't fight. About a new life. Even when I'm wrong, you know I'm still right. On another level, reaching new heights. I used to hit the light, just know why. So I can't miss on my gun mind. Have you ever seen a snowfall in the six? Have you ever seen a snowfall in the six? Have you ever seen a snowfall in the six? Fall in the six. Have you ever seen a snowfall in the six? Have you ever seen a snowfall in the six? Have you ever seen a snowfall in the six? Fall in the six. Yeah, I'm living off of moonlight, moonlight. Have you ever seen a snowfall in the six? What I know right now, what I know right now, if I knew right now, what I knew right now, I be on 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 right
Kid.
now.
Greetings and salutations, YouTube. How goes it? I hope everybody is well. I'm going to start off by saying I like the chapter. It was a good chapter. So I feel like if I don't say that first, people are like, did you like it? Did he like it? Yes, I like the chapter. It was good. I got a few questions, but I just want to say a couple of things before I get into it as people come in. We have like 20 people in right now. Please hit the like the video if you can. When is the young Vanitas track getting back in the rotation? I need to make another screen like that with him. I'm gonna do that for the other song. I'm gonna do that. Good chapter, lots to think about, lots to sink our teeth into. But first, let me get this off. I want to say congratulations to Spain for winning the Euros. Congratulations for Argentina to winning Copa America. I do think Colombia was the best team the whole tournament, and I don't think it was close, but you lost the game that mattered the most in a crucial moment. That's unfortunate. I hope CONMEBOL, the U.S. Federation, Canadian Soccer, and I think Mexico was also hosting the World Cup. We got to have better security, better venues, better pitches, and things like that for training and whatnot. It was below standard. Needs to be better. The game getting delayed an hour and a half or however long it was unacceptable. We got to do better. You need to understand that a lot of these countries, it's not a rivalry. It's real beef. It's real beef between these countries, okay? In these nations. Like, you got to separate. So we got to do better with that. But again, congratulations to Argentina. Congratulations to Spain. I was forced to watch Spain lift the fifth international trophy of my lifetime. Because didn't you guys get a Nations League? I'm tired of y'all. I've seen Spain win too much in my life. Lastly, I'm proud of Canada. I'm not the person that just wants to be there. I want to be there, succeed, and do well. But I think we're taking the right steps, making our second World Cup ever, our first Copa. We're part of the host for the World Cup, which I'm very excited for. I just want to see continual improvement. We need a finisher. We need a clinical striker. We do not have anybody who can score. Jonathan David, Kyle Larin. If Davies is our best player, he's not a scorer. But we'll leave that at that. Second thing I want to say is, for England, I like seeing England suffer. That's always good for me, but I'm tired of seeing Spain win. Tired of it. I have to hear it all week from my friends, all day. And then lastly, I got a new video game, indie game. It's called Pixel Cup Soccer. I played it a little bit on stream when I was really, really bad. I've gotten better. And a really cool thing that you can do is you can create countries, you can create clubs, you can create tournaments and cups and things of that nature. So what I thought would be really fun is if, as a stream, we create our own Tower of God team. So we choose what 18 characters we want, who's our keeper, who's our captain, who's our manager / coach. And as a team, we're going to make that, as a stream, we're going to make that squad together and simulate them in a tournament versus a Kubera team we're going to make, a Blue Lock team, an Al Ashy team. And it should be, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So hopefully you guys are excited for that. So now I went in the right spot. I did. I could score now. I could aim, bro. It was bad that first time. And I think that's everything I have to say. How do we feel with the chapter, though? I thought chapter was good. I gave it an 8 this week. The first, you know what? I'm gonna just tell you guys the first thing that immediately gave me pause, bro. Because I did not expect this. Did Bam inherit the blue demon from V? Because when the God of Guardians, a.k.a. Thor, were talking about the discord of evil and revolution, evolution will make evil stronger and make you guys more susceptible to evil, one of the things that appeared was the blue demon that we've seen inside Bam a lot of the times. But it was kind of when V was around. And we already know that it seems when it comes to Bam, it's not that he hasn't taken things from both parents, but he almost seems like he inherited a lot of skills and specific abilities from his father. And I think, Kyan, you said this, but he inherited like anti-magic antibodies from his mother. So he's not necessarily a spellcaster. That's not to say, we don't know that he doesn't have the aptitude to spellcast. He hasn't really been taught it. But it seems like tension, to pack an orb with a lot of power. So I wonder if the blue demon is some facsimile was passed on from V to Bam. Very interesting stuff to sink our teeth into. What do you guys think? Yo, Traumerei, Rice Pot. Back in the first flashback, Traum told Ameus about the atrocities that people of the tower committed against them after they closed the door. And last chapter, we saw Traumerei, trauma animals massacred. True. You said Don Hua for captain. 8.5, 8.01 out of 10. Yeah, spell antibodies. Yeah, Gustang has to be a coach for that game, for the team. It'd be the squad. Traumerei, the Ancelotti of the family heads, both do nothing and let their teams do whatever they want. Okay, I think that was just showing the blue demon as an example of an evil that will arise, not necessarily from V. That makes sense to me, actually. So that thing in Bam could be a representation of that. I'm not mad at that take. I'm not mad at that, but it felt deeper. Naya, you don't think it's crazy that V literally changed the power dynamic in the tower and chose to share power instead of being selfish? He's him. The questions that arise from that situation wasn't more so that's interesting. It is interesting. It's intriguing. But for me, it's more so like, By the way, when I say Thor, I mean the God of Guardians, Rice Pot, Revolution. Bam has also gone through this on the Hell Train. Was he that important and that significant that you having one irregular do this would change the whole power dynamics forever in the tower? Like, that's kind of crazy. Like, that seems very significant. I'm starting to wonder if Thor is a lot more important than he initially seemed. Is it important that we saw a hopeless moment for Jahad, the future king? I mentioned this last week, Timothy, that I thought it was a great opportunity, a great timing, that in a fight between two family heads who are the gods of this tower, who are at the peak of abilities, combat strength, and godliness in this series, in this universe, we're seeing them vulnerable at a time where they weren't infallible, where they could be beaten, where they could die. So I think I don't know that it's the most important for Jahad, the king specifically, but to see all of these characters in a dire situation where they might not come out alive. That's my take. Wasn't the blue demon implanted and banned by FUG? Am I remembering wrong? I know the casing that, and it heals him in the first episode of in the beginning of season 2 for the thorn. So he's kind of an ignition weapon. I don't remember if the blue demon was literally implanted, but then if that's true, then Pantagana's point about it's not that V had it and Bam got it, but one of the things that got stronger through evolution and revolution was this creature that somehow found its way to Bam. I think these evils are the devils within Bam, the guy with the right arm and the left, and also probably the one that tempted Holquin. That makes sense. My biggest take this chapter is that Jahad sealed the rice pot for non-irregulars after climbing the tower. Lots of things you can extrapolate from there. Okay. I think V's choice to share power was the right call so long as they kept climbing the tower, but after they settled down, it probably turned sour. Could be that SCU made them retroactively more important than he was going to from the start. That's also absolutely fair. This tower, beta test 1, had one player and one survey with one question. V really just went in and put the difficulty to tower to hard mode just for a buff to everyone. Yeah. He said the tower will scale and level with us. My new troll to Jahad fanboy saying V leveled up your boy. I don't want to hear no more talking about who's the true leader. The Jahad and V beef is real, bro. The Z and V beef is real. I love it. I'm a neutral, so I'm chilling. The lobster was implanted by FUG. The blue demon was implanted is a theory people have. I don't believe it. Okay, thank you. How long until Bam gets V's blue fire? Let's talk about that. Is that at all related to Aguero's IU and the sweet fish and what it looks like, or just a stylistic similarity? And 2, is it V's discretion to share that fire to protect his friends, his chosen companions? Because I was wondering that if I think it would be crazy to say that ability is some equalizing force when it's 11 irregulars plus their faction versus 2 in their faction. But if V decided to share that with just like Luslek, Arlene himself, and the people climbing with him who are on his side in the war, could that have helped even things out when fighting Jahad and the other 10? Something I thought about. But what do you guys think? Well, we can call it selfless. He did say I can't climb this tower by myself. He's a selfless person, maybe to a fault. I wonder if Gustang got the right to use Shinwan-Ryu from the God of Guardians to make those weapons. Oh, the like Shinwan-Ryu ships? I wouldn't put it past Gustang to find a way to just like bypass like something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like he's smart enough to figure it out just due to like being around for so long and him being as powerful as he is and stuff like that. So it's super cool. How did you guys feel about V immediately being like hit with slapstick comedy relief? Because one part that I definitely liked, and it's small things like this that I truly believe go a long way, but as Haku called them, ship Wanryu, exactly. But I'll show you right here. I like this transition. I made a joke that, oh, V is Icarus, but like the whole thing where like he has the wings, the freedom. I don't know if that's going to tie into Walt Hike song in some capacity, but anyways, No wall hang song member is here. But notice that here, he has wings. He can fly. Then he immediately gets burned. Like Icarus flies too close to the sun. I know it's a comedic moment, but I think stuff like this is really clever. I like stuff like that. That was dope. I like that. Did you like the explanation of Bam's blue monster power? I don't know. The explanation is fine, but I'm not 100% convinced that Bam necessarily inherited that from V or something, whatever. But the idea that one person's evolution opened that up for the entire tower to get stronger, and that includes bad guys, is a cool concept, I think. If V is still considered Jahad, still considered Jahad and his companions, his dear friends, he might have been fighting them through the flame blessing. Could be, that's a possibility too. You think Lustek has the remnants of V's flame and will give it to Bam, the flame to Kirby up when they meet? Hard to say. I have a sneaking suspicion, and I want to get your guys' opinion on this too. That Lustek should probably teach Bam spells if Arlene is the one that taught him how to spell cast to the degree that he did. I think that's more important. I don't know that I care about this blue fire blessing thing. Don't know that Lustek was given to him and he can pass it on to other people. But I think their conversation might be more of a morality one, where Bam's not interested in wanting to kill all the family heads and stuff like that. He more so wants to reform them and see if he can save them or just to get out the tower. And that's where him and Lustek have their clash. But that could be wishful thinking on my part. Sorry, I'm trying to find out where I was at. I thought it was okay, but it could have been done better. Fair. Seeing V's personality makes you look at Bam like a bum. I like Bam, but SIU should give this personality to Bam. I don't actually agree with that. I think he's made a lot of mistakes with Bam, but I don't want him. I don't think Bam having this personality would have made him more interesting. I don't require that. I actually like that V's like this because one of my favorite kind of like, you could say tropes, is the super strong character that's a little more goofy, nonchalant, and charismatic. Like, much as I don't like Naruto, I did like that Hashirama was a little more easygoing and not mad, serious, and intense and raw. He's kind of a clown, but it's like, bro, you will get this good wood if you act up. You know what I'm saying? So I like that. I'm okay with that. V seems chosen. Does Jahad go through revolution if V decides not to share it? That's kind of what I was questioning and wondering and asking. And I wonder, since he's the first person to do it, and if he decides not to share it, would they never go through it? I think that's the answer. Amayus mentioned something about her generation of tower climbers. Could it be that every time the Clower needs change, an irregular has to say yes to evolution, so it went from plants to people then V? Or maybe plants to machines, then V, or machines to plants, then V. Interesting. I did expect V to be more people person considering what was said about him being close to the tower, in tower habitants. Yes. V, I won't regret sharing them. 1,000 years later, V kills himself. Someone said in the data floor that Jahad also changed during revolution. Bro must have blamed himself for sharing it. That's a very real possibility. I don't know where I'm at. I watched Haku's reaction to the Season 2 anime open. He was dissatisfied that Amigo Chaz wasn't in it. Of course he wasn't, of course. The question of what the tower even is and its inner workings has risen. Traumerei talking about their expectations of losing their humanity before they enter, the robots being standard mobs, etc. What's up, Lizard? V sharing his power, allowing creatures to grow stronger, but possibly excluding the robots and plants could probably explain why they've lost their prominence. But I would argue, based on the translation we got, the plants and machines should grow too, but maybe because, okay, that's interesting. That's interesting. Who you got, Dumas or Calivan? I like Calivan more, but I think Dumas is probably stronger than him. Yo, it's my first time watching you live. Welcome. I hope I do a good job entertaining. I hope you have a good time here. Welcome. I do think it's good that Jahad sealed off revolution in the sense of establishing the empire to avoid some random in the tower from being able to contest the 10 families in Jahad. True. Goodwood is insane. What's up, Naya? Don't say shit about England to me, but great chapter. The revolution is just describing everyone being blessed by Shinsu, good or bad. End of the day, you got your Copa America thing, but I get to be happy that Messi played ass all tournament. That's all I cared about. But hey man, hope you're doing okay there. Cause on your birthday is crazy. y'all need to get Southgate out of there. The plants and machines in the tower might not have been considered people, but more like enemy mobs. So, do you think that they're a part of the anarchy of the early tower since they're like autonomous machines that just do whatever? I'm not entirely sure. But it's gonna be fun to see. Leona, howdy. Welcome to the YouTube stream now. It's never coming home. No, I didn't say it. I'm chilling, bro. When it comes to the Euro specifically, I can't talk. None of my teams did what they needed to do. I took a big L. And the blue fire of everyone that V considers an ally protecting is interesting. That might explain why V was able to fight the 11 family heads. That's crazy. I just said that. I said that before you got here, and I said that an hour ago. I was wondering if that was the equalizing ability. Not that 11 versus 2 is really, like, fair, but I wonder if V stopped seeing them as companions and shared it with Arlene, Looselek, and his people, and the blessing of the flame helped them challenge the 11 great warriors in a much easier sense, but we got to get more. And I also talked about the blue demon already and how it looks like maybe Bam could have inherited it, or the blue demon was one of the things that benefited from the growth and evolution of Shinsu and whatnot. You think that V initiated the age of humans in the tower? I'm not sure, and I'm not sure how that connects to like Cha being the first descendant of man or whatever. Because I'm starting to think that him being that really means that there's plant life and machine life, then there was like human life, and he was the first descendant of the first person who was a man, a humanoid, Homo sapien, if you will. So yeah, that's how I am. Nearly crashed out on my birthday. It happens. The only person I felt sorry for, me personally, I'm not a Harry Kane hater. I like Harry, so at least he would have got a trophy, and I would have felt better for him. But the hunt continues for the most cursed man in England, I suppose. Why would Ban's revolution not affect anything? Maybe the Hell Train keys potential localized to the train. It's not necessarily stated that with each person who uses revolution, the tower goes up another level. It almost seems like once that door was open in general for the first time, and the person who did it was willing to share, you could say in almost like a video game where levels scale with your level, even if you go to another area, it could be something like that. So it's just like a power scaling like thing to keep things equalized. Like it's not like, okay, I do revolution, then you do revolution. It's like now it's ×3 revolution across the tower. It's like, no, you only need one person willing to share it with the whole tower, and that's what makes it more powerful in the grand scheme of things. But I could be totally off. That's just my interpretation. I'm surprised how gung-ho Gustang is in these chapters. Bro was right there with Jahad behind the door. Yeah, the tower's so weird. It's hard to see its overarching goal. There's a plant god, a machine god, and random devils, and also fishes that control each floor. I wish we had more clarity to how it connects. I'm with you. Yeah, people said the blue demon is a piece of admin, like the red thryssa, but it's not. What do you think about the creatures which appeared in the chapter just before the blue, even the panel before the blue thryssa? Do you think there are some random designs or actual demons that might take part in the future? I was actually first wondering if I'd seen any of the other ones besides the blue demon, but I'm with you. Like, I think we'll see them in due time in some capacity. Harry Kane not winning shit is the only thing I left happy with. I don't like Bayern, but I feel bad for him. I want him to get something. I feel bad for him because I think he's kind of the best striker in the world in a sense. I think he can make the top 3 at least. Have a lovely stream. Going to dinner now. Okay, have fun at dinner. Hope watching Moana was fun. I mean, it can just be as simple as some of the family has that joins the hard side. They didn't want to go all out and kill V and Arlene, which is why they were able to survive for so long. Fair. Hard for me to believe V and Arlene were so strong enough to 2v11 for so long. The fire, bro. The blue flame. V is here for 2 chapters and he's making Zahar look like a side character in the story. Now I know why my fraud king had to erase the history because he was never a him in the story. He tried to become the main MC on some Rachel type beat. RPGs are all fun and games until the tutorial rats scaled to level 99. In the first section, when you were killing level 1 boars, are now pushing you to your limit. I agree. I think everyone benefited from Revolution, but V being the first user raised the difficulty level of the tower narratively. I think V killing himself is in at least with a small way to do with the Guardian's explanation about melting into Shinsu. I still don't know that I necessarily believed he killed himself, but that's intriguing. If you have any more to say about that, I would like you to expound upon it. Isn't the creature with the many eyes on the panel the red thryssa? Is it? If it is, it looks different to me. I swear it didn't look like that. Did it look like that? Did it have a bunch of eyes? I don't remember what Hell Joe like mutated into. I don't remember it right now, and I'm too lazy to check. But maybe you're right. You could be right. I got the idea. The revolution thing only meant they would pass on that enhanced strength through their offspring. But it said everybody would benefit. Everybody. Even evil, though. The God of Guardians feels like he's the one making the irregular contracts, like the immortality, the king, and from that, the power of revolution. I don't know. But he's always been deeply tied to irregulars, but it might just go deeper than we truly thought it did. Do you think Bam and others are seeing this past too? No. Oh, you mean later on? Somebody might tell him, and he might know the main story beats, but I don't think he will literally witness it. No, I don't think so. I don't remember either. I think the red thryssa had a similar looking eyes. I remember it having like a long, like, actually, I don't know. I don't remember. I know V looks exactly like Bam, but I still think Jahad is Bam's dad, LOL. Okay. While we're on V, I do want to say this. The Z versus V conflict has been fun to watch. I gotta say though, I am hoping V is not this infallible goody two shoes character with no discerning flaws. I think SC has to be brave enough to give those the 13 great warriors real inner conflict, show personality traits and characteristics that aren't necessarily super ideal, even in a character like V. Like maybe V is stubborn and doesn't listen or something. And as a result, he makes some leadership-related mistakes. I think it's going to be very boring if he's just a perfect god. He was nice and, yeah, I want to share power. Let's climb. I love all the inhabitants. Because even with Mazzino looking out for the little guy, Mazzino is fucking arrogant. He's a self-proclaimed champion of the tower. And he's willing to do something like, no, erase the memory of everyone on this floor. I'm done with it. Like he has that side to him, and he's a bit of a fuckboy, trying to text mad things. Yo, baby, what you saying? Yo, you up? He sent like 4 you up texts. Kind of toxic. So yeah, I want that. I'm thinking of like Water 7, of the Ennius Lobby Water 7 saga, where like I really liked the Straw Hats had the inner conflict with Usopp's insecurities, causing him to act up, and Luffy taking it too far with what he did, and them having to fight to the point Usopp had to beg and say sorry to get back on the ship. I want something like that. I think it'll be really good. Where was I? Sorry, guys. V stepped out, and they said he's faster than the Blue Flash, Edouan. I like the concept of the origin of Shinsu changing and its effect on people dissolve into the Shinsu. Yes. He said, Baza is dead. Let's stop that theory. Could Thor be the admin of the 135th floor? You know what, Mazzino? I had that thought. Like, what if he's the quote unquote hostile guardian, but like he be chilling in the rice pot to help? But I don't know that it makes sense, because then you have to ask yourself, is he the god of guardians and there's multiple guardians, but out of all of them, he's the one that leads them? Like, he's the captain of them. I'm not sure. So V is Icarus with his wings now. I made that joke. No, I don't think so, but I made that joke. Just wanted to hop in and complain about this chapter real quick. Bunch of friends and I read after such a high, well done chapter. This was a big fall off. The game was confusing, and I had no emotion. The game itself was confusing, but I definitely think we're getting some bad translations. I do think part of that's translations, because when I was reading the part about evil and succumbing to evil and evil growing, and you might be susceptible to it, it seemed like it was poorly translated. I genuinely believe that, so I want to kind of read a third translation for that. But if you weren't feeling it, you weren't feeling it. I thought last week's chapter was much better, but I didn't dislike this chapter though. Can't say I was like big emotionally invested yet, but I did feel like kind of bad when there was actually more people in general that got washed away by the torrent when they opened like the floodgates, so to speak. Bam would have heard about it through Traum's memories. We don't know that. We don't know that for sure yet. Maybe Leviathan might know and tell Bam. My immediate thought is Bam is blessed by Shinsu. Yes. And I think it's confirmed that V is flawed. Gustang's book said all 13 of us are sinners, and Garam implied there was more to be more with Bam's black story. Yeah, but so far, no. He hasn't done anything like that, is my point. But yeah, fair enough. The way it protected him in season 1 was unnatural. It could be because he was an irregular and simply that, but perhaps V's melting into Shinsu. Are you talking about the anime though? That didn't happen in the manga. There was no like time stop and then he became Shinsu itself and the Black March stopped time because Bam was bloodlusted to kill Haru, and that did not happen in the webtoon. Naya, do you think we will see any other family heads go into the rice pot, and how many come out? Like a difference in them and statement. I think Jahad for sure is going to go in. And he's going to say the right things, but based on what he's seen, he's going to change and be the opposite of V and not want to share and think only they should have that power in some capacity. That's kind of what I think. But I'm not sure. I want to say that most of them would go in it. Like, why not? Why wouldn't you? But the one I could confidently say did it for sure, I think is Zahard, the king of the tower. The way the God of Guardians talks to them in the first chapter makes it seem like they're just the latest in a long line of tower climb attempters. Yeah. Agreed. I think it would be interesting if FCU made V a bit of a self-righteous narcissist. I don't know if I mean that would be cool too, but it's more so of like give him flaws. Give him flaws. Don't make him like, oh my God, you're a perfect little boy. That's what I was wondering about. The Gustang chapter had such good translations. Yeah, I mean, I think when we lost Void Scans, we lost, in my opinion, the best translation for Tower of God. I wish we still had them. Cosmic was never that great. There was another one that we had that wasn't bad. And I don't even think the officials are good, but fortunately, a lot of us don't know Korean. At least I don't, so I can't do anything about that. I have to take what I get. Sorry, character limits. Couldn't fit this all in one message. Oh, my bad. Did you protect it? Oh, Shinsu protecting Bam, yeah. Latest chapters memes on TOG Discord. What are the memes? Well, the God of Garden title was given to him by the regulars, but it could be foreshadowing, especially that the Hidden Floor arc foreshadowed a lot of things. Oh, was it? I guess you're right. The God of Gardens. I guess it's not a self-proclaimed title. It's something we call him. Fair enough. Like I just call him Thor. GOG is a creation. He's on the Hell Train, so all the Guardians there, he's the god of the Guardians. So out of all of them, he might be. And I'm also interested in knowing, like, why did it end up on the Hell Train? Did someone make that decision to hide it on the Hell Train or something? There's a lot to think about. It's just like I'm not seeing the main connecting piece. Like, how does it all intersect? What's the origin point? Like, that's what I'm trying to discern. I'm having a hard time finding. Like, these are all interesting pieces. on their own, but for the most part, how does it all come together? I wish we had some context for the situation. Why did this test have a whole population of random people involved to act as hostages, LMAO, and whether or not the group had any actual ties to them? That would have been cool, but it is interesting that they decided they wanted to protect them, and it seems that protecting them was not part of the choice of the test, and then let them die. I forgot to say this to Infinite when he was in the Twitch stream, because he was saying he doesn't feel that Traumerei pulling the level to be a sin, or he should or wrong or evil or bad, to let all those people die so him and his companions can live. He didn't see it as a bad thing. But remember, they decided to protect them first, and then decided, oh, we can't save them. Like water, like hit him with surf, nigga. Like it's over for y'all. Hit him with the hydro pump. God damn, muddy water in this bitch. So yeah. Sorry, where was I at? Oh, do you think the tower is evil based on this chapter and the test it gave Traumerei? The tower itself? This is always a hard conversation to me to have, just because I don't necessarily think I have the greatest moral compass and ethical code. Like, I operate in that gray area where, depending on who you are, you might like my opinion, you might not like it, but what's the best answer I can give you? I think the tower is filled with a lot of evil, just like the world is. And it's always going to be dependent on us, the people, to do better and choose not to add to the hatred, to compile what's wrong with how the world turns. That's my best answer. There's a lot of evil in it. I don't know that the tower itself, the creation of the tower itself, is in itself an evil creation. V's flaw is going to be he's racist to plants and machines. All did go in the right spot. I mean, narratively, will SIU will he show us? No, probably not. He'll just probably say, wow, we all feel much stronger after going through revolution. I think something like that will happen. I think you mean alpha? Alpha what? What did I say? Hey, I made it. Welcome, Han. I just wish SIU forced a bit more on the test themselves during the flashback, since we haven't getting any creative tests lately. It feel refreshing. Not gonna lie, Tower God could be a lot better, but SIU tries hard with his SIU tries hard with his health problems. Are health problems, I don't want to phrase this so I don't come off as an insensitive asshole. I don't know that my health as a writer or creative affects the competency of my actual writing ability, like the storytelling ability. Yes, I have to take more breaks. Yes, with my wrist is hurting, my artwork might not always look the best, but like if I know what it is conceptually when I want to put in my story, does me being sick really change that, or me having a bad knee change that? I would argue no, but fair enough. I forgot where I was at. Where was I at? This is a Tower of God test. Of course, it has to have hostages. Tower of Hostages is the one constant in the series. I wonder if you'll ever learn more about the cave where Bam was. These reveals have been awesome, but I personally fixate on the cave as if it holds importance to the story as a whole. I think it's probably important. I just don't think it's the time to focus on it, so it's not the time. I don't think Jahad is the one who put the God of Gardens in the Hell Train. If I'm Jahad, I would make the only way for regulars to get revolution to be out of the open. LOL. The tower probably has a shit ton of literal trolley problems. I need more Bam and Rachel interactions because I badly want more information. I feel that. I mean, that's why he has assistants now, isn't it? True. But people have complained that the artwork is worse now. I'm not making a statement. I'm just saying that. But again, my general point is If I know I want Luffy to use big punch against Kaido, does my wrist hurting change that? That's what I have in here. Me being in pain doesn't change. This is the storytelling decision I want to make. That was kind of my main point. Health problems could affect the writing of the goat. Could never. Oh my God. Togashi is a bum. He's ass. He's playing Dragon Quest. He's not hurt. He tricking y'all. Y'all just making him rich. And he living off Sailor Moon money. I don't understand why they couldn't just kill the robots and fail the test and save people. This could be something to do with Arlene and the other teammates not being here. Oh, interesting. He said, depression, man. SIU art is the only issue this chapter. They don't look cool in motion like Sakamoto days. Yeah, I mean, I've always said season 2 art's my favorite art of the series, so I've made my peace with the artwork. My problem is mostly the zoom ins and paneling, but originally the tower was a sort of just corporate ladder bad allegory, but that system is sort of artificial Jahad system rather than the tower itself, and all form of allegories are now gone. I like that, Michael. I like that. I was saying alpha scan. Oh, alpha scans. Yes, alpha scans. The other one I forgot. Yes. Void was only better compared to Cosmic. They were both worse. Yeah. I was trying not to sound insensitive too, though. I feel it. What the actual tower is on a grander scale is probably something we won't get until the end, and probably he might still just let it be what it is. But you also have to remember, initially, Tower of God was meant to be one narrative in a grander universe. So maybe the importance of what the tower was in the Tales user story universe has lost that importance, since I don't think he's doing that anymore. So we could have changed his mind in some ways. The same way Kurigama's made similar decisions with Kubera. I do stand by the point I made a few months ago that TOG may have outgrown a weekly publication cycle. So you would go monthly? Bi-monthly? Like, how would you do it? Like, more panels and stuff, but going on a monthly basis? I would not be mad at that, honestly, but how does that work? Because I don't know that. Are there webtoons that do that? I think the only webtoons that I know a few are bi-weekly. Does that format work for like Naver/Line? I do think being in pain might make the writing a bit more difficult, since you can't be focused for as much time, but you're right in regards to the big picture narratively, in my opinion. Okay. Where does Bam go after this arc? Perhaps with Mizuno? I don't think so, not yet. I don't know. Timothy is one of those people who's like, he's thinking about all the things he cares. You're just like me for real. Like, I don't give a fuck about this. I care about this. You're making me laugh because you reminded me of me, where it's like, Bam is not in my brain right now. I don't care about, aside from the Blue Demon, I hope Dumas farted on him. Like, I do not care about Bam right now. I don't want to transition to that. I'm trying to stay with the 13 Grey Warriors. You feel me? Like, this is where I'm at right now. But I feel you, like, with Leviathan and stuff, like, where does he go from here? I think it depends on how the arc ends. You have to see how the arc ends. Does a family head go down? Does Traumerei or Gustang go down? Do they both go down? I think we have to see how it concludes to know what the next possible steps are. We're still not. So I don't know if we're in the end game of the arc, but we're not there yet. Where was I at? The chapter mentions that they couldn't kill the robots, or else they failed. And then, and it's I think it was back and forth. Like, I swear they were allowed to destroy them, then they weren't. I can't tell. Kurigama was originally gonna write write a novel, but made it a webtoon. There was something in a blog post recently that's not coming to me that. And this is when they were like, "Oh, you made a statement about Taraka in this and that or whatever." But it's like, she has somewhat changed her mind on that storytelling concept because of something. I don't know. I don't remember. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't remember. I apologize. Remind me to look it up later if you remember to remind me. Just got out of my car. I was listening the whole time. You basically addressed everything I was questioning in this chapter. Do you think we're staying in the flashback? Yes, I think we're gonna stay here for a while. I think because you can't leave like the Gustang is dead cliffhanger, it's gonna go through it. We're gonna analyze the sins or the guilt or whatever and see if Traumerei wants to repent. I think he will reject, not repent, or not feel bad, or decide it doesn't matter. We're the paragon of what is right and wrong now, and thus Gustang is gonna be reformed. His hair's gonna come back, and he's gonna have the scales. It's gonna be a mad thing about the Guan, yo. So that's what I think. And that's what I want. So yeah. I'm leaving the major critiques once the flashback is over. Okay. Bam is dead. He's going to the grave after this arc. I honestly wouldn't mind if Dumas for the Bam was off screen because I do not want to go back to that. Now, I personally agree, but there's some things that, like, it could even be like, oh, there's Bam. Like, what happened? I fought. Oh, it was a hard fight, but I beat Dumas. I don't even care. I'd be okay with it. Don't do that, though. I feel you, though. What's up, Naya? Finish the chapter. I gotta say, Traumerei did nothing wrong. Those bozos who are about to fail the test and die if he didn't take action. Okay, so who this? I have one question. I am not mad at your perspective. I don't care if you think it was good, bad, evil, right or wrong. You're somewhere in the gray, but I have to pick your brain a little bit. I wish Infinite was here so I could pick his brain too. Pushback number 1. They decided to save the hostages originally. If you never cared in the first place, you should have just let them die. Remember that first. So first it's like, oh, we got y'all. Hide in here. We'll keep the door closed. Whoop-de-whoop, blah-de-blah. So that's 1. They decided to protect them. That was your choice. You did not have to do that. 2, you could retake a failed test. Why not do the right thing, save them, fail a test, and run it back? Start destroying the robots or whatever. And do like that's a possibility, is it not? I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying. Like how SIU gave us Traumeri memories and Gustang memories from 2 different points in time. He will link both flashbacks, is what you're asking for. Let him click. I think that's gonna happen. I think these will connect. I think this is before they ever decide to discard any memories. It'll transition to them meeting Ame and Ameus, and then them doing something else where they start to put their memories in, like the book, into Leviathan, into the shit that Yeon Lee rang. I didn't say Hannah this time, where they put them stuff. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. But I want to see our lead in this flashback interact with the group a bit. That would be nice at SAU. It'd be cool. Verdict: Traumerei failed the trolley problem. He pulled a lever. Make Wagner MC again. Wagner too good for TOG. I think saving the hostages may have been a bonus mission, but they still kind of decided to like do it. Like, here's how I'm kind of looking at it more so as like, there's a test. Do this and that or whatever, but the test is in an area where there's people who live there, and they can get caught in the crossfire of our test. If I don't care, I don't care. But if I go, hey, oh my God, there's like innocent people over here. We have to make sure we pass the test and they don't get hurt. And then when the test gets too hard, I go, they might gotta die. That's kind of messed up, is it not? Am I tripping? It's like don't extend the hand to hold on for dear life and be like, actually, you're kind of heavy. Let me let go. Like that's how I'm looking at it. And again, you could have taken the L for momentarily and then taking the test again or a new test. But again, we do need a little bit more context. This is an administrator test. Do they work differently? If you fail one, there's something happen like, oh no, it's not like failing a regular test. We need a little more information there. But that's kind of what I'm thinking. So yeah. Where was I? We don't know if administrators would allow test retakes. But didn't Wagner fail a test like 100 million times and keep retaking it? I think you could take retest. I guess it depends though. Just retake the test, my guy. Yeah. Isn't his last thought during the chapter current Traumerei thinking they might be sinners, or was it Traumerei's past thoughts? Because it might be the starting point. I was thinking it could be the present Traumeri thinking that. I'm not sure. First 10 out of 10 episodes since the Floor of Death? No, I don't agree with that. I don't even think this is the best. This is a better episode than last week. I think last week was better. And I thought the stretch with Mazzino versus Luslek to be up there in the 9 and 10s as well. I would even argue there's hidden floor chapters that I've given a 10. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that, Proxy. Shot the Cobalt and the Avi, though. The hostages might be a situation like in a video game where there are robots that may have hostages, but you must pull the lever. Saving the other people are like an optional side quest. I like what you're saying, like a bonus mission, like pass the test by doing condition A, but if you fulfill condition B, oh, you also saved the 4 hostages, you get an extra double EXP or something. I hear what you're saying. It was how Taxaka can destroy the universe, I think. I know, but like I can't remember what that connected to. There was a plot point that she had that she kind of was like, I'm not really gonna do this anymore, which is why I kind of like, I can't remember what it was 100% though. You're effed in the head if Traumerei is your favorite character. That's not my goat. I can tell you that much. Can they retake the test? We do that for sure? I'm not entirely sure, actually. I swear to God, Wagner failed the test on floor 20 because Yiwa kept burning him alive like 500 million times. Like, am I misremembering this? I just watched the episode too, which is crazy. Nah, yeah, don't give me hope. By he, I mean V. Oh. Dutchman Wagner. To be fair, even Bam was like, I have to save Dang Dang. Then Fair was like, damn, I kind of don't care. But in that moment, he confronted his own hypocrisy. Like, I'm fake. You know how there's people online and people in the streets or whatever who are just like the fakest, like progressive, like idea of what is right and wrong, where they're like, oh, if you don't accept this or that, you're a bad person. Meanwhile, they have none of those beliefs. And when they're truly actually challenged, they're like, yeah, I don't actually care about this. Like, oh, like whatever cause you think is important. There's people who will promote the cause, but they don't care. They don't really believe. You don't really believe. So I think in that moment, Bam realized, like, I care about my people more than people I don't really know. And I was willing to sacrifice a lot of things to save my master. And he had to confront it in that moment. But fair point. That is some Homelander thinking. I'm better. It does make sense why Jahad seal away the God of Guardians. Knowing your enemies can potentially get on the same level. Doing nothing makes you a stupid ruler. In some aspect, I guess. But also, why are you so? What are you so afraid of if in-tower habitats can't hurt you because of the contract? Unless he did this before the contract. I mean, there's a lot of things to think about. I'm not right on that take. I think the hostages might be a part of the test every time, so they take it. Hostages of the test every time they take, so it's a necessary sacrifice to climb. I feel they should have at least given V the opportunity to try and save them. That's kind of what I'm saying. Gustang and Traumerei both knew V was given that blue flame, which he can use to protect anyone of his choosing. They didn't even give him a chance to use it on the people. And this is why I was wondering if this is where V and Traumerei start to have a little bit of a contentious relationship. It's like, I just got a new power, you didn't even let me try to use it to save them. Because V was probably willing to sacrifice himself. And you didn't even give him the chance to. Failure might mean death. For all we know, they might just be stuck on that floor forever. The Jahad test Wagner took was ran by the Empire. I kind of don't believe that because they're irregulars. The rules don't really apply to them. I just think it's a cop-out. I think they took the easy way out from the standpoint of let them die, pass the test, and run from our guilt instead of doing what was more difficult. I don't know. I don't know how I feel, honestly. I'm still thinking through it. Wagner wasn't taking the administrator's test. You're right. Administrator's test could work differently. Wagner took a test from the Zahard Empire on behalf of the administrators, not directly from an administrator like Bam and Cole in season 1. Okay, thank you. That was a distinction I needed to get made. All right, thank you. If we think about Bam's admin test may be able to be retaken. Did Bam retake one? The fishbowl one? Did Bam technically fail the test with Rachel and stuff, the last examination, like, I don't think failure means you can never climb again. Unless you die. I don't know. And if this is not the administrator's test, it's a regular test and they fail, maybe this is when you try the administrator's test or vice versa. I don't know though. Again, we need more information. This is what this is the problem where it's like, I don't want to do that rationalization for him. Tell me so I know. Actually, it seems to me the administrator tests are often a matter of life or death, but sometimes they're not. Actually, you know what? The God of Guardians gave V a reward for sharing the power. He got so maybe he if they saved the hostages, they would have got a bonus reward. Maybe. Didn't Wagner fail multiple times? I remember that. Isn't that just a tower though? It makes you choose your desires over your morality. Yes, Sleepy Knight. Well said. Yes, he failed the test a lot. The whole thing with that floor is the loan sharks would get people into debt and they would fail a test after loaning out money to take it. Yes, you're right with the guy, what's his name? I can't remember his name. Nia and stuff. What if the bracelet is like the blue fire that V got, but Jahad's version and Gus gonna give it to the enemies of the tower? It's always seemed to me like Gustang was trying to make some type of equalizing force with the Fitbit, where it's like he's not interested in being infallible and unbeatable and a god, like to give everybody an opportunity, the chance or the ability, technically, even if it's 0.000000000.1 to actually take out a family head. I think I agree with that. Case in point, Cal Cardoza. However, the administrator tests are the only true test. The Jahad Empire tests are sort of fake tests of the floors already cleared by the irregulars climbing. I hear what you're saying. I've never actually thought about it that way, but you're probably right. You're right, because even like the testers who come and they own a floor now, these were probably things that were implemented after the fact when the empire was established. Well said. Well said. If Arlen had been in the test instead of Urin or Edouan, would V still have been so up for saving the hostages, or would he have just go save Arlen right away regardless of the hostages? I think to know that, we need to know how far their relationship is already. What if they're not close yet? What if it's just a one-sided, like, Arlene's like, oh my God, he's so cute. And he's just like, I'm that nigga. like, I don't know. I think we don't have enough information, but keep that in mind. Bam did fail the admin test, but one of his requests was that the rest still pass regardless. Okay. Regular tests can exist though. They were put in place by the Jahad Empire. Only admin tests exist at this point in time. All right. At this point, the tower, there should only be administrator's tests made by, it's a good point. You guys are right. You're right. You said 15 July 7th, July 15th, 2006. I agree, guys. More than once, actually, today. On the second floor, failing a test did mean you can't climb ever again. I think it was specifically stated somewhere that starting from floor 3 or maybe floor 20, you can retake tests. So maybe just depending on the floor of the test and things like that. So you're right, because I remember him flexing, Luroro flexing Shinsu and that one guy. But I thought that initial test was to have the right to become a regular, though. But again, true. Yeah. They're the hardcore stuff for sure. Okay. Let me keep going. Because there was a few more things I wanted to mention. Okay. Oh, where is it? Sorry, give me a second. I'm trying to find it. Do you guys find that the personalities of any of these characters are different? Or slightly different from what we've known so far, just out of curiosity? I think Traumerei is also speaking in real time. Because there's a point here where he says this. This is I wanted to find. I remember it may have been fun at the time, blah, 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 whoop-de-whoop. No. Maybe and then when you go to the bottom, maybe we much more. Are we sinners? I don't know. This is Gustang saying this. There's a part of me that's wondering if that's the actual Gustang seeing it, but we just don't have enough information, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everything other and in between. Another way to look at irregulars versus regulars is that rather than the irregulars being bound, not being bound by the rules, if the game, the irregulars are the only ones allowed to play the game in the first place. I see what you're saying. That's the Jahad Empire's test, though. It might work differently when it comes to admin's tests. The rules for test on floors not taken over by Jahad, floors like 77 might have different rules. Maybe on that floor, you only get one chance to pass. Irregulars are the only reason that Towerborns can climb the tower in the first place. Just because that's how Hurek has it set. It might be Gustang looking back at his memories in hindsight. I don't know that Gustang is Gustang like present here? It did say that Gustang has the right to look through it, so maybe his Gustang's like astral projection or soul or something is still getting a piece of this. I don't know, it's hard to say. Jahad is the most changed, to be honest. Traumerei still a loner. Yeah. But again, good chapter. I enjoyed it. I like these flashbacks. They've been good. They pose a lot of questions. They raise a lot of questions just because of some of the disconnect of certain parts. But I've liked what we've been getting. I have no complaints for the most part. I got nitpicks, but no major complaints. I'm cooling. I like where we are right now. Another good back-to-back week of Quibera and TOG. I like Mondays like this. To me, it feels like this is the current Traumerei thoughts as he relives his memories, since he should be the only one experiencing it right now. Yeah. If not, Gustang in some weird detective, defense attorney, prosecutor mode, trying to find all the evidence. Traumerei was a loner, but he definitely got more drained as season went on. He became more and more introverted and more reserved, more aloof, more distant for sure. I really thought we were about to see Yuri. I was convinced that door was going to open and I was going to see a young Yuriha come through, but I got blue-balled. Actually, what confuses me is why there are even inhabitants in the tower that aren't irregulars in the first place. They somehow remnants of the previous irregular climbers. I don't know, but Cha's the first descendant of man. I think that connects to it in some capacity. I don't know, though. They seem like artificial life to me. Towerborns are literally NPCs. I don't feel like we've truly seen the past Zahar's personality. He's got less than 10 panels in total in the flashback. I agree. They're descendants of the plant people. Maybe can't live without Shinsu. What was everyone's favorite panel this week? What was your favorite piece of dialogue, and what would you rate the chapter out of 10? I actually want to read the comments on comic.io instead of Korea this week. Give me a second. So my favorite panel is the Blue Demon, just because I didn't expect to see it. It threw me for a loop and made me think a lot. So that was my favorite panel. My favorite piece of dialogue is when Thor, just to reiterate, is what I call the God of Guardians. I think when he was talking about the whole tower will benefit, and that means not only you guys would evolve, but your enemies, the seeds of evil dissolved into that Shinsu, will also benefit from it. That whole speech was kind of my favorite part, where it's like, this will benefit you, you will grow, but it will also make everybody give them a like an extra tier of strength they could reach as well, even though V was still willing to share it. So that's where I'm at with that. So yeah, can't live without Shinsu. V wing panel, not mad at that. That's probably gonna be the thumbnail for tomorrow's video. 8 out of 10. Dialogue is crazy. Effing bastard. Panel wings. Oh yeah, Blue Demon 2. That was really neat. 8 out of 10 for the chapter. 10 out of 10. Imagine if the judge gets the Wang that incident. It's like, nah, your furry ass gotta go. Wang. The ones without Bam in them, the lines not said by or mentioning Bam, 8 or 7.5 with the last chapter, 9. V's wings are my favorite panel and dialogue is Shinsu benefits. Would have been a 10 if we see the urine for real. I feel that. 8.5 out of 10. Not mad at that score. Just for everybody in here, I do want to reiterate just tomorrow on Twitch, I forgot to drop my review for the Tower God episode. Jesus Christ. I've been a mess. I'm sorry, y'all. I have not been at home. Content creation has been the last thing on my mind in a lot of capacities these days. I've just been working, doing what I got to do a little bit, and then going out, enjoying myself, and having fun because it's summertime. So I apologize for that. I'll tighten up at some point. But Tuesdays is when I watch Tower of God on Twitch. I don't know how to get around copyright, so I just post them on Patreon. But I have been doing. I do want to do reviews at least. I'm just gonna combine episode 1 and 2 into one review. I forgot. That's my bad. So come tomorrow on Twitch to watch if you care. Killmonger, you weren't here, or Tutorius. I don't even know which one I go. Which one I go by? Category energy. I don't know which one I'm gonna go by, but Wednesday, if you care, and everyone else, if you care, I'm gonna be making a Tower of God football club on Pixel Cup Soccer. As a stream, we're gonna choose which 8 players we want, our 11 starters, and a manager. Some people are already saying Gustang should be the manager, so our coach. And then they're gonna be put in a specific league, the Gadoo Cup, the deepest, blackest, darkest foot canine cup, and we're gonna simulate a tournament to see if the Kubera team wins, the TOG team wins, the Al Ashy team wins. Whoop de whoop, blah blah blah. I think it'll be fun to create a team together. So stay tuned for that. That'll be Wednesday. How's the anime been so far? I'm avoiding it. Season 1 finished all my hopes. It was the most average anime episode I've ever seen. Like, I wasn't like, oh my god, this is so trash. But I wasn't like, oh my god, wow, amazing. I was like, that was an anime episode. Like, that's my biggest takeaway. Like, yeah, that was an anime episode. Like, that's all I really had. I'm waiting for my guy Mule Love. Y'all already know how it is. Y'all know how it is. I'm waiting for my guy Mule Love. So yeah. But yeah, we're gonna be making teams. Kubera team, Tower God team, Al Ashy. I downloaded the Blue Lock team. We still might just make a Blue Lock squad by ourselves, but I'm not angry, I'm not sad, I'm not excited, I'm not disappointed, I'm completely indifferent. I'm just chilling. That's how I feel about the anime right now. So yeah. Jezebel Hemmings is crazy. What? I'm a good youth, bro. I'm more interested to see where the V divide comes from, where it comes from, and why Gustang hates him so much. Do you think it's possible Gustang doesn't actually hate V and it's because he doesn't have his memories, and when he gets them back, he's like, oh, V was cool? Or do you think Gustang did actually end up having true disdain for V, and that's not a memory thing? Michael, is my question for you. I wonder if you should do re-uploads when the official catch up because this is good content. What do you mean? What do you mean, Dash? I'm not 100% re-upload what, the anime stuff? I hope we can just get a chapter where they sit down and talk about where they came from because the fit ain't fitting in my brain. Why is Jahad dressed like a superhero and Gustang a rich student? Gustang goes to Hope's Peak Academy or something. Or Morning Glories Academy. To me, the last part of the chapter, since we get to see the family heads feeling at something so they care, at something they care about and feeling bad about it, which humanizes them a lot. It was a really good storytelling decision. On Wednesday, yeah. You just reminded me of England losing again. Harry Kane is the most cursed player in history. Chill on my guy, Harry Kane, bro. Is there a better striker than Harry Kane? Don't say Erling Haaland. I'm going to fight you. That guy can't do anything but tap the ball in and shoot hard. Not going to lie, I forgot the anime was a thing already. I'm crying. I like the anime so far. I looked at the opening ending. They seem super low effort on like a slideshow. I like the ending song, though. The song was fire. 7 out of 10. It lacked clarity in general, but it had potential to be a solid 8 if it didn't lack that. I'm in Gustang and V actually best friends camped. I like that. he forgot and was tricked by Traumerei because of Ameu's death. That's how I feel about it too. Gustang definitely got beef with V and that memory thing. All right, we'll see. We'll see who's right. I'm not saying I'm right. I could be wrong. I was talking about the channel discussions and live reaction. I think we might hit a sweet spot in the arc. So, wait, so you're saying re-upload? The only reason I didn't upload the anime live reaction is I probably have to find a way to chop it up or make it less obscure. But my plan was to just take the money L. I thought they would ID claim it and just be like, hey, people could see it, but you don't get paid. The ad revenue goes to like the studio. They blocked it in every country. I could not show the video of me live reacting to it. So I'm like, I either have to find a way to circumvent the copyright or just leave it on Twitch, Patreon, and give you reviews of the episode or something of the sort. But I was in the middle of like chopping it up a little bit, like making it like 15 minutes and like just putting like the parts where I was the most excitable or talking, but I got lazy and went outside, so I won't lie to you. Homies were like, yo, you have to go like do something? I'm like, yeah, I'm coming, bro. I'm coming. I'm not mad at Isaac. Watkins, I gotta see more. I don't know how to say. I just don't dislike Harry Kane. The anime song is pretty good. Oh, you see my point? Yeah, like it wasn't that. Again, I was like this, like, oh, post it and not make. I have plenty of videos that are copyright claimed because of a song or something that I just don't make any money off. I was gonna take that L if it at least brought in the people or something, but I gotta figure out if I gotta like make it small and because I even saw that Ron Can or Kick the Can, he did it. I'm like, I don't know how y'all get away with this. The moment I have a song play for one time in a stream, you guys showed me a really stupid VAR call. It was like 10 seconds. UEFA blocked my video. A 3-hour stream. 10 seconds of it was me looking at a clip on Twitter really quick. I do not get away with this shit. I do not know how people circumvent copyright. I don't get it. This is why I just don't show certain things. When I had 200 subscribers 5.5 years ago, Naver once copyrighted one of the chapters that I did and claimed it. Like my first strike back then. I think I just have bad luck with this ish. I'm about to tell you. And I'm not trying. I don't want to try that hard to get around it. I'm tired. Watch it with the mirror behind you so it's only the reflection. Gotta invert it. I don't dislike him. It's just funny how cursed he is. How do you not win a single trophy with Bayern? I don't like Bayern, so I was happy about that, but I don't know. Cause he played well. Like, well, again, I'm not mad at bro. Like, I don't dislike him, but I think he's probably the best striker in the world right now, for the most part. And my guy from Newcastle. But most people will tell. But I think we're in a striker decline. Like, I hate saying this because I don't like to hold people I don't like to hold players to the standard of Ronaldo and Messi. They're fucking monsters, and Messi even more so one. But it's just like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Oh, he's black, and he's doing what? Probably. Dog, there has to be a manual review because ain't no way. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. So it is what it is. But anywho, you guys have any last things you want to say or ask me? Also, actually, I did say I wanted to read some of these. Let me go down here, see what they're saying, see if they have anything interesting to say. But Bayern not winning anything was good for me because if you know me, there's 3 clubs I do not like. I hate Barcelona, I hate PIS SG, and I hate Bayern Munich. I only cheer for Davies when he plays for Canada. Other than that, he's dead to me. Leave Bayern. Don't like them. Okay. So this is implying that Tower administrators via the games they chose were purposely stripping away the humanity of the great warriors, or it is a natural byproduct of the claim. After 10 years, V is here and he's definitely on par or stronger than Jahad. I can't wait for the day Bam meets V If he's still alive from taking, I don't feel like reading all of the stuff. I don't know if it's just me or this is one creature look like man's blue thryssa. Yes. When they were talking about evolution and V's choice. Oh, so insightful. No, I said Harry Kane was good at Bayern. Bayern, not at didn't he score his most? Didn't he have the most goal contributions in Bayern? Not the tournament. He didn't play good this tournament. He wasn't in good form. But neither was like many people. Like Mbappe did not play well. Neither did like Ronaldo was just washed. Jesus Christ. But Messi didn't play well in Copa. Like a lot of the players that we thought was gonna perform didn't necessarily play well. But I definitely would have benched Harry Kane for England if I was Southgate. But I still think he's probably the top 3 strikers in the world right now. Prime Suarez was the best striker I've ever seen. I'm not mad at that take, as much as I hate that fucking rat. I might agree with that. Have you tried putting an image in the middle like your trap 3 reactions? I could try, but we'll see what that. We'll see. Why not? Both he hates. If he and Jahad, maybe. I'll try that though. Yeah, Suarez was a monster, man. He's a monster. That guy has quality, but he just why? Hold on. Why do you bite? Why do you bite? Why do you bite in the name of Jesus? Why do you bite? Lewandowski was good too, but I think he's a little overrated. But he deserves a Ballon d'Or. They robbed him twice. Jesus Christ. It's crazy SU dropped the origin to Blue Thryssa and gave that much. Are you guys just circle jerking? You're just circle jerking. I don't want to read this. Never mind. Any final questions, comments, or concerns for me? I'm gonna start editing videos for the week and for Patreon for you guys to enjoy. So yeah. Messi played well in moments and was consistent and did well on the ball. It wasn't a liability. Ronaldo held back their teams. I don't agree with that, but I don't want to argue with you. It's fine. He won, good enough. I don't think he played well. But I get your point. The reason that you have players like him still playing is for those individual moments of brilliance. I understand your point. But again, you have to face Canada twice too. I'm still proud of my Canadians though. I'm mad proud of them. Oh my God. If we had some goddamn end product. They remind me, they get into the third and they don't know what to do. They just lose their fucking minds. And I'm like, yo. I just hope that at some point we become a respectable football nation and like the women. Like I'm so excited to watch the girls play because we're the defending Olympic gold champions or whatever, gold medalists in the I think Tokyo Olympics. I think it was Tokyo the last one. Was the last one in Tokyo? I think the Canadian women won, and I've always liked them from the Sinclair days, like Sinclair back in like 2011. Because I used to watch the U.S. women hoop too, bro. Like they were nice with like Alex Morgan and stuff. Like I watch the women play. I don't care. I love this sport. I don't care who's playing it. But anyways, yeah. But all right, be safe. I'm gonna head out, yo. Good chapter. Yeah, you know, but I want Kane to have individual moments of brilliance in the ball. Yeah. I got you. Shout out to Cold. That's what they called him, Cold Palmer in it.